President.
Hello and welcome. This is Lisa Marie Graves with MLJS Legacy, and we are doing a special feature today for our holiday weekend because we have a really huge announcement that we just couldn't wait until Friday. Actually, the fun part will be over by Friday. So we wanted to do a special live to share this information with you. I have with me today Barbara Tucker with CASA, and she is the executive director of this amazing nonprofit organization.
Thank you.
I am going to completely turn it over to her and tell you exactly the amazing things that they do here.
All right. If there's anyone in Parker County that hasn't heard of CASA, Hope for Children, this is just a brief history of our organization and what we do. We've been in Parker County now for about 10 years. We're about 10 years old. Our mission is to advocate for the neglected and abused children that are in foster care in Parker County. Right now our organization is serving over 600 kiddos.
Wow.
So I think a lot of folks would be very surprised to know how many of our children are in foster care. So our advocates have two main, functions for these children. The first is to go and visit them and make sure that whatever placement they're in, be it with a family member or in a foster home or sometimes in a hospital, that these kiddos are safe and they're being well cared for by people that want to see them be in a safe environment and do well. The second thing that our advocates do, which is very important to our judges here in Parker County, is to write a report to our judges based on factual information gathered from these children's cases to tell the judge what their concerns are for the future of these children and maybe some of the recommendations. For instance, would be for a mom to have a psychological evaluation, or maybe for a biological parent to be entered into a drug rehab program. Something that will help these parents so that their children can go back to their family members. Because no matter what has happened, almost all these kids want to go home. So those are the things that our wonderful angels on this earth advocates do for these kids.
You know, I like to think I'm an angel, but I'm not that good of an angel. I had actually heard of CASA shortly after I had moved here. And it was about 9 years ago, and you had an amazing lady, Marilyn, I want to say, that was working with you all. She was part of Zonta.
Oh gosh.
It's been a little while.
It's been so long.
And we were sitting at dinner and she was telling me about CASA and what you guys do and looking for volunteers, always looking for volunteers. And so I'm like, yeah, I want to volunteer. I want to help. What do you do? And then when they told me, my heart just broke for these little adorable, children. And I couldn't do it because you have to know where your strengths are, where you can give back. And that particular portion of what they do was just not something that I could serve in. But it's just such an amazing thing. And I don't know that we shared what CASA actually stood for. Would you mind sharing that?
Court-appointed special advocates.
Yes, and when she's talking about the judges and having an unbiased person come in and share a testament for the situation that the kids are in, I think that's so important. And knowing that the kids have somebody that is going to be there for them and just, be a friend or an ear or, I would hope a hug and all that.
And a mentor.
Yes.
Because a lot
it's
of
all ages, I'm assuming. Or what age group, I'm sorry.
Most of our kids, we have babies that are born addicted to drugs, and it goes all the way up to teenagers, 18 years old, and struggling to find their way. These kids come with a lot of issues for them. So we know that it takes a very special, experienced, mature, kind person to deal with these children and some of their behaviors, some of their learned behaviors. We're there, our primary mission is for the children, but we encourage these parents to step up and do better so that they can raise their own children. Kids just do so much better when they're with their mom and dads. Wow. But unfortunately, sometimes their safety is at risk and they can't stay home with mom and dad. So,
heavy.
It is.
And you know, thank goodness we have somebody with an amazing heart like you that is stepping into this position and helping those in need. So thank you for what you do. It's truly amazing.
It is.
And I know that it takes an army to make this happen. And fundraising, and that's actually part of what we want to share with you today. So you're wondering who the guy is at the end? That gentleman, he's a bachelor, so he's eligible. And we're going to hand the microphone over to him real quick. And we want him to be all mic'd up so that you can hear him. And in this process of an army of volunteers and raising funds, that's actually Mark Sneed. He is a realtor with Century 21, and as I mentioned, he is a bachelor, eligible bachelor, just has to come with the bachelor title.
Yes.
And I told him I was going to put it out there for him that, you know, so how old and you know, what's your income level? No, I'm just kidding. Well, go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about you.
So I work for Century 21 Lynch Legacy out in Willow Park, and I serve all of Parker and most of Tarrant County as far as real estate needs are concerned. I have lived in Parker County pretty much my whole life. Grew up here, went to school at Tyson, and of course graduate of Weatherford High School. And been a long time that I've been here. I've had my parents who are also from the area, so I know Parker County really well.
And how old are you?
I am 30 years old.
Okay.
Yes.
So Bachelor. Now, the Bachelor is a fundraising effort by Parker County Today magazine. So Marsha Brown, shout out to you and for the amazing things that you do for our community. And CASA is one of the recipients that gets to benefit from this particular fundraiser. And so would you just share how you found out or how they polled you to be a bachelor, and then a little bit about your now knowledge of what CASA has to offer?
Yeah, so it all started, my boss, Stacy Lynch. I'll give a shout out to her. Good old Stacy. I just happened to be in the office one day and she said, "Hey Mark, I want to enter you in something." And of course, not knowing what it is, I said, "Well, what is it, Stacy?" And she said, "Well, every year they have the thing in Parker County for the Bachelor of the Year and the Bachelorette event." And she goes, "I want to enter you for the Bachelor of the Year contest." And of course, when she said that, my head sunk down and I was like, oh my goodness. And I said, "Well, what all does it entail?" And she really couldn't answer because she kind of didn't know the process, and of course I didn't either. And I said, "Sure."
Ask her if she can hear.
And I honestly had no idea what I was getting myself into, and it has been a process. But I am thankful that she did nominate me, and I've met some amazing people along the way so far.
Okay, so I have to ask a question real quick because I got this headphones mute on my phone. Can you guys hear me? I see Melissa and Selma have joined. So give us a shout out. Let us know that you can hear us. And Lori, if you're over there, if you can hear us. We are actually in CASA. And this has happened before where I've just been talking and nobody can hear me. So, there's always lots of wonderful, amazing flukes that can happen when you go live. Awesome, we can hear. So thanks for that. Okay, so you got roped in by Stacy Lynch.
I got roped in big time.
And I apologize. What did you think of when you were selected to raise funds for CASA?
I was overwhelmed just because not knowing what the process was going to be like, not knowing what everything entailed as far as holding events, planning different events, and all the work that goes in behind the scenes with it. I was a little concerned, and honestly and truthfully, it has been stressful. Just making sure that you raise enough money, that you want to and that you've set out with CASA and everybody else that you've partnered with. You don't want to be here's a check and it's not what you thought it would be. Yeah. So it has been stressful and it's had its moments, but it's been great for the most part. I'm just hoping this process, I know it ends next week, but I'm hoping we can come through and pull this out.
And how many weeks have you been raising funds for them?
It has been just about 7 to 8 weeks.
Okay.
I want to say it was 8 weeks, and then it took us like a week or two to start even planning events. So that kind of narrows it down.
Yes, fast and furious for sure.
Yes, very fast.
Okay, so speaking of fundraisers, Mark has done an amazing job in a really cool first ever for CASA, a concert.
Yes.
And I'm going to, again, hand it over to you, and please tell them all about it, and, maybe a little behind the scenes on how you got the concert to come here to Parker County.
So, to my knowledge, yes, this is the first time that CASA has ever had a concert. And to my knowledge, it is the first time that a Bachelor has had a concert.
Go Bachelor.
For this event. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, there is a concert this Thursday night at the Sundance Club at Canyon West. So it's the above part of Canyon West Golf Club. It will be from 6:30 to 8:30. Doors open at 6 o'clock. Tickets are available online as well as at the door. So if you're having trouble access the website, which by the way is concert4casa.eventbrite.com, and it's 4, the number 4. Okay. So concert for CASA. But you can also purchase tickets at the door if you are having some type of internet troubles, because Lord knows technology does not keep up with us. But it will be at Canyon West from 6:30 to 8:30. Doors open at 6, and we will have door prizes, silent auction as well.
Oh, nice.
Food will be provided by Hooker's Grill. They are located in the Stockyards of Fort Worth. Yeah. They will have food for purchase, as also the Sundance Club will have a full bar as well. And now our headliner of this event, some of you might have heard of him. If you watch NBC The Voice, then you have heard of him. He is from the Fort Worth area, currently living in California, and his name is Luke Wade. So I am hoping for a big turnout, and I hope all of you can come out and help not only support my efforts in raising money for CASA, but also support CASA as well.
Yes, and it's going to be fun. So millennials, I know you want to be where that's happening, and the happening is going to be at Canyon West Sundance Club. Thank you, Club. And that is this Thursday. And tell me the time again.
6:30 to 8:30.
And is there any other place that they can find out about this event other than Eventbrite? Is it on your guys' Facebook page?
It is all over my Facebook.
Okay, good.
So my Facebook as well as hers, and all of CASA's too. So.
Okay, so if you don't remember the website, check out CASA's Facebook page. There's a link, and the event is all out there. Please help support CASA, raising funds, and that really awesome eligible Bachelor that has put so much effort into creating this concert for us here in Parker County. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to hand it back over to Barb, and we're going to let her close it out. There was just a couple of other really cool things coming up that she wanted to share about raising funds for CASA, because again, that's a big part of this, huge effort. So there was a few other things you wanted to share.
Well, we're having our very first ever clay shoot at Greystone Castle on August the 5th. So we've never had a clay shoot before. We think it's going to be lots and lots of fun. And if you have not been to Greystone Castle West on Interstate 20, it is an absolutely fabulous facility. So we'll be there that morning. You can purchase tickets through the CASA office, or get on our website or come by and see us at 305 South Rusk here in Weatherford, and we'd be glad to help you.
So with the clay shoot, do people get to spend the night in the castle?
There are rooms available. They've got about 20 rooms, I think, that are available for people to spend the night.
Okay.
So,
and do they have a spa? I'm just asking.
I don't know.
Because I'm thinking the guys will go for the shooting and the girls will go for the spa. I mean, it is a castle. I mean, we're all queens and princesses, so.
They have a chef. I know that. Okay, they do have a chef that will, make you food. And the rooms are supposed to be absolutely gorgeous.
I've heard that. Yeah.
But I haven't heard much about a spa.
So
there.
it's for a total experience, not just the clay shooting, but a total experience in a castle.
In
How
a
cool
castle.
is that?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay. Any other last comments you want to share about?
The bags, bingo, and badges on November the 9th.
Okay. Fun event.
Yes, lots of fun. You'll be hearing more and more about that as the months go on. We have all of our designer purses that you can win by playing bingo. And it's a really fun ladies' night out event. So we kind of did the clay shoot for the guys. Of course, women are invited too. And the bags and bingo and badges for the ladies.
Okay.
So,
well, and definitely keep up on what they're doing and the different fundraising events that they have on their Facebook page, and like it. Century 21 Lynch. Mark Sneed, do you have your own Facebook page?
I do.
Ooh, tell.
I do. Century 21 Lynch Legacy. Mark Sneed, Century 21 Lynch Legacy.
Okay, Mark Sneed, Century 21 Lynch Legacy. Appreciate liking their pages, supporting them for the amazing things that they do in our community. And again, a shout out to Parker County Today magazine. Marsha Brown, thank you for providing this opportunity for our amazing nonprofits and this fundraising opportunity. So thanks so much for watching. Please share this with your friends. Get the word out about the concert that's coming on Thursday night, because you want to be there. All right, everybody, take care, and thanks again for watching. Bye.
Bye.